Hi, everybody. It's week 2 of our live stream. I'm Elizabeth. This is Veronica. And we're going to sort of pick up where we left off last week. These are a few of the questions that came in over the course of the week. So we're going to start with these, and then we can take any additional questions you might have through the chat feature. So starting at the top, where can I find the group email address?
You can find the group email address in the BUMed note, on the NMPDC homepage, and on our YouTube channel.
And this question has come up multiple times this week, so make sure that you sort of test yourself and find the group email address sometime today, and then share that information with your friends if they can't find it. Where can I find the contact information for program directors for my specialty?
So Mr. Fletcher is currently working on updating this information in MODS. If you don't have access to MODS, you can just reach out to us via the group email, and we'll be more than happy to supply that information for you.
All right, next item. Not a question, just a bit of information here. When you're filling out a paper application, make sure to do your research regarding the locations that are available for the specific specialty you're applying for. All the locations for each specialty will be listed together, but that doesn't mean all of those locations are available to you. If you need help figuring out which locations are available for the specialty you're applying for, feel free to contact us via email. Next item. The MODS migration that was supposed to be scheduled for this week and next has been put on hold for the time being. We'll notify you with any updates as soon as we receive any word. And for those of you who do have, if any, who have MODS access, you'll see that the little warning banner has been taken down. Next item, if you need contact information for a specific specialty leader, please email us and we'll be more than happy to send that information your way. Next item, if you pick a specialty and the location that you're looking for is not an option in MODS, please contact your program director because it's possible that the locations may have changed. Next item, how do I know what documents are required for my application?
The information can all be found in the BUMed note. If you need any help, you can just contact us.
Okay. When you receive a response from one of our team members, please be sure to pay attention to the signature block. We have important links that can help guide you through the application process. When you send us an email, please allow 1 to 3 days for us to respond to you. If you don't hear back in that time frame, and that's business days, if you don't hear back in that time frame, please feel free to call the office. Our information is listed on the website. Good. Next item. How will I know when my paper application has been transferred over to MODS?
Once we complete your application, we'll send you an email with the application ID, which some schools use when emailing us your documents. We also send your login ID and password directly to your email address. You won't be able to log in to MODS from your home computer, so make sure you keep the information for when you do have access, and you'll need it for the future.
All right. Next question. Do I use MODS to apply for fellowship?
You'll be using MODS to apply for PGY1, PGY2, and for fellowship.
And most people who are applying for PGY2 or fellowship will have direct access to MODS from a .mil domain.
Unless they're deployed.
Right. And the last question that we have here is, I applied last year, but I don't see any of my documents in MODS. How can I fix this?
So if you notice that you're missing documents, feel free to email us. We'll double check your application for you. We can double check applications from the past for you. If the documents remain missing, we can submit a trouble ticket, and we can try to recover them. Unfortunately, oftentimes when this happens, they're gone for good. So when you submit documents, just make sure that you keep copies of everything.
Yeah, that's a good practice in general, but for this year in particular, because anything can happen, keep a copy of everything that you submit. All right, any other questions or issues that have come up? All right, can you move that paper? I can't even read his thing. Okay, what's the process of backup specialties? Do we need a separate LOR, personal statement, and interview for our second specialty? You will need a separate interview. You don't necessarily need to put it in as a personal statement. Letters of recommendation, so I would say in general, no, unless it's a specific fellowship where you're like, this is a program director that I would be talking to. Are we talking about if we're talking about a medical student, you don't need to do a separate LOR or necessarily a personal statement unless you have specific information that you want us to be aware of. One comment about backup specialties, sometimes people, if they're medical students, they will focus primarily on location versus specialty, and that is typically viewed poorly by both your first and secondary specialty choices. They want to see that you're dedicated, I guess, and that means that, let's say you're interested in general surgery, that you're applying to general surgery at all the available sites, or ortho, you're applying to ortho at all available sites. So just for an example, don't just apply to San Diego. Just a thought, it's come up before. And as far as interviews, what you want to do is make sure that you've at least done a phone interview with your backup specialties so that they have you on their radar. Let's see, next, I'm a medical student, okay, interested in emergency medicine, they require SLOES, however, IM requires regular LORs.
Yeah, you
Yes.
should definitely get regular LORs.
Yes.
SLOES don't really count as letters of recommendation.
Is that it? Did that answer your question? We kind of touched on this last week, but again, get yourselves scheduled for your interviews sooner rather than later, and in general, try to work on your applications earlier in the cycle just in case something happens with mods or we lose whatever kind of connection. I don't want people getting in a jam at the last minute. Okay, what's your other question? You can list your medals or awards. Oh, this is for Chris. All right, for Jen, when will the number of NADDS spots be released? And is there a specific process or paperwork? No. So the number of NADDS spots will be released, this is going to sound really vague to you, but later. It'll be later in the application cycle. Essentially, it is dependent on the number of graduating medical students that are actually going to make it all the way to the end. So we have to work through the issues with anybody who's got academic issues or medical disqualifications. So we probably won't get that until relatively close to board time. The specific process is, there is none other than to list it and then make sure that you have an application in ERAS. Right, for Chris's question, we said that he could put in his awards, military awards.
So we need official transcripts. You can contact your school directly and they can email or mail it to us. Yeah, it has to come directly from your school. It has to be an official transcript. We can't do anything with unofficial transcripts.
All right, any other questions? See? All right, Jen, I assume that even though we don't have all of our fourth year grades, it will still be official. Yes. All right, so if that's all we have, then we'll see you guys. Oh, wait. Okay. He's like, not so fast. Sure. Do you guys like this format? Okay, that's great.
If you guys have any other questions you would like to see answered, you can just feel free to send it directly to the group email and we'll get back to you.
Just out of curiosity, did you watch any of the other videos? Big other questions answered there. They're gone. I think interviews over the phone you would prepare the same way. I don't really see that it would be different. In fact, it might be easier for you because you can just have a list of the questions you want answered right there in front of you. Honestly, I think the hardest part of interviews is just getting them scheduled. Okay. All right. If we've answered all your questions, again, if something comes to you later on, just send an email to the group and we'll try to answer it. We will keep you updated with any kind of issues with mods or any updates on the migration. We will post any changes also to the website. So between these weekly live streams and the website, hopefully we can keep you in the loop. Let us know if you have any ideas for how we can get the information out to everybody, and tell your friends so they can hop on next week. All right, thank you. See you then.